What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Inflation in Taiwan eased slightly in March, but consumers and businesses say they're still worried. Chris Gorin looks at how higher prices are impacting their economic choices.
Restaurants on busy streets in Taiwan still have little trouble finding customers, but many have either raised their prices or are seriously considering it.
之后可能打算就是要稍微调涨一下，因为店钱也要涨，我们这次材料也涨，所以我们还是希望涨一下钱才可以。
And they're not the only ones raising prices. Small but noticeable changes can be found on restaurant menus nationwide. Both higher costs and high-profile recent food poisoning cases have made Taiwanese diners more cautious about eating out.
减少一餐吧，可能就会变成可能吃早午餐跟晚餐这样子，
少吃外面的，而且现在食安问题很严重。
Inflation in March was both lower than the previous month and lower than initially predicted, with the consumer price index dropping to 2.14%. But surveys show that people still have money on their minds. A recent poll of office workers showed that a whopping 94% are planning to curb their spending because of inflation. On average, workers say they're planning to cut costs by around $120 per month, a major cutback considering Taiwan's generally low salaries. But some experts say that may be more than what's needed.
官方经常信息4.6万元，再乘以这个2%的通膨警戒线，大概每个月月薪需要调900块以上的话，才有办法抵消这种物价上涨的一个压力。
And while electricity costs in Taiwan have also gone up this year, experts say this should be more manageable than price hikes caused by global factors outside of Taiwan's control.
4月会调涨电价，可能又是成本面兼需求面的这个冲击，但是这个成本面的冲击不会像2022年那时候的国际原物料高涨那么样的严峻。
Inflation in Taiwan may be coming down, but with workers already living within such tight margins, they might also be tightening their belts. John Su and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
A ship captain and crew members are facing attempted murder charges in southern Taiwan after they tried to smuggle people into the country. In December last year, 16 Vietnamese nationals were found in the hull of a cargo boat that are believed to have been brought illegally to the country. Coast Guard officials heard calls for help when the cargo ship entered port for inspection. The crew had placed cardboard around the cabin, blocking ventilation as they tried to tamp down on noise. High temperatures within the closed space made breathing difficult and sent one person on board into shock. Lawmakers are considering a ban on hunting traps after several endangered black bears were found caught in them. But as John Venturez reports, conservationists want the government to go even further.
There's a new debate in the halls of Taiwan's legislature, a ban on steel-jawed traps, or bear traps, which often catch animals they're not meant to, like dogs. It's part of a debate about proposed revisions to the Wildlife Conservation Act. The law is meant to protect wild animals while preserving the right of Taiwan's indigenous peoples to practice their traditional way of life, including hunting with snares. To better protect creatures like the endangered Formosan black bear, the Agriculture Ministry is promoting what it calls improved traps, those it says won't harm bears. But there's skepticism about these devices from both the opposition and ruling sides of Taiwan's political divide.
改良是你说口小一点，那我们的黑熊不会套进去。这几年有5次被夹。
改良式猎具，你们现在的推广成效到什么样的程度？原住民的同胞对于改良式猎具的接受程度。
But agricultural officials say from the start of the year to late March, people traded in 445 steel traps for its improved ones, around double the number last year.
在我们的农民的靠近山区的，还有原住民他还是有必要的一个狩猎的一个工具。我们现在正在积极的推动这些改良式的猎具以后，那相对的能够逐步的去取代。
Conservationists, though, say all metal traps and snares that indiscriminately catch wildlife, including the improved ones, need to go. They've staged a costumed demonstration to promote this idea.
改良式的山猪吊的猎具，它防得了成年的黑熊，但是幼熊呢、山羌呢、猕猴呢，我们强烈要求重新检讨 这样子错误的政策。
With strong feelings and concerns for both conservation and indigenous rights, the debate over traps will take more than one day of deliberation to settle. Scott Huang and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
A Taiwanese acrobat troupe wowed audiences at a performing arts festival in San Diego, California. Tiffany Wong reports.
Never letting go of each other, these Taiwanese acrobats brought their act's duo to the Without Walls Festival in San Diego, California. The two-person routine depicts the emotions couples go through in their relationship, all through body movement, captivating audiences.
Such a beautiful visual metaphor, and it made me cry.
高兴有这个机会，就是可以看到来自台湾的演出，非常感动。然后这其实是我的第2场。
While the act went smoothly, behind the scenes, the group said performing outdoors came with challenges.
有风的话，它其实多多少少它重心上都是会被风给影响，或者是其实看到今天的地板，它其实是有一点点斜度的，所以对于我们可能在做支撑上来讲，就必须要更克服这个环境可能会带来更多的负担。
But they've had plenty of experience meeting challenges like these. Their act has gained worldwide attention, and they've performed in festivals in the UK, France, Australia, and South Korea. The troupe joined the San Diego Festival with help from the Overseas Taiwanese Culture Office.
团队的样态越来越多元，那我们会找寻适当的场合，把我们不同的这个团队跟作品推荐给适合的一个艺术节，或者是在适当的平台，让他们被世界看见。
It's an unforgettable experience for the performers as well, who say that even after 80 performances worldwide, each audience is unique.
他们会好奇我们故事的内容到底就2个人的结局是什么，然后就感觉蛮感动的。
And as they head to their next destination, they'll bring the memories they made in San Diego with them. Eason Chen and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Cambodia's most visited archaeological attraction is struggling to bring tourists back after the COVID-19 pandemic. Harrell Hughes reports.
A small group of tourists raise their cameras as the sun rises over Angkor Wat in Cambodia. In 2019, the temple complex hosted millions of visitors, but that changed in 2020.
Prior to the COVID period, we have over 5 million tourists, including the domestic ones. However, the number of tourists dropped very dramatically, almost to completely zero, including the domestic. And for some time, I myself, when we went to work at the temple, I was just only a single person there.
During the pandemic, the UNESCO World Heritage Site saw less than 70 visitors a day. Now, several years since reopening, the echoing halls are still mostly empty, and visitors have the ethereal complex to themselves.
So, second time here, visited in 2017. I've noticed a big difference around the town of Siem Reap in general, actually. Places like Pub Street and stuff like that, it's a lot less lively. I mean, I prefer that personally. But visiting here, Angkor Wat today, is super quiet. But I prefer it, you know? It's better.
But the quiet may not last for much longer. An estimated 500,000 people have already visited in the first 3 months of 2024. And leaders have high hopes that the numbers will continue to rise.
I believe that the number would be kept on increasing, especially, you know, a lot of effort have been put forward for pushing, you know, Cambodia as a best tourist destination or most visited destination in Southeast Asia.
Those efforts include much-needed repairs to the archaeological site and a newly built airport funded by China. For now, these smaller, more playful visitors have the run of the mostly empty temples, and officials hope the tourists will soon follow. James Lin and Harrell Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we leave you with this footage of animals from the Argentine zoo. Overpopulation is forcing the zoo to send about 60 felines to an Indian sanctuary. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.